Hey everyone, welcome to the House of Worship Technology YouTube channel. I'm Matt McQueen and I have another episode of Church Tech Tip Tuesday for you today. We are talking about how to set up a pair of spaced drum overheads. This is my method. There are lots of ways to set up drum overheads. There's XY, there's ORTF, there's spaced pair. You could even use a mono overhead. Today we are talking about spaced pair, and this is the way that I do it. I'll set up both microphones, and then I like to use a tape measure, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I'm gonna go 46 inches. That could be 40, it could be 45, it could be 38. I have a lot of space to work with here, and so I wanted them to be a little bit wider. The thing that you need to know is you're gonna actually get more cymbals. The drums are gonna sound more distant the higher that you go. The closer that you go, you're gonna actually get more powerful drums with the loud cymbals, but the snare drum, the toms, they're gonna all sound louder in your microphones. I like to use them more as cymbal mics, so I go a little bit higher. And then I also go 46 inches from the center of the snare to the second microphone. Now, my reason for doing this is that I want all the elements of the drum kit to be spread out between both microphones, but I want the snare drum to stay in the center of the image of the drum kit that I'm picking up. And so that's why I make it equidistant from both microphones. You're gonna find that it helps to really get you a nice wide sound, especially when you're using it as cymbal mics. It helps to kind of spread everything out. You're gonna hear the hi-hat cymbal on the left, and you're gonna hear the ride cymbal on the right. And so what I've done is in this demonstration, I've mic'd up the entire kit, and I have panned it so that it's audience perspective for you all watching. You're gonna hear the hi-hat on, gosh, I'm gonna get this wrong, on your right side, and you're gonna hear the ride cymbal on your left side. And so I'm just gonna play a little bit of groove, and I'm gonna switch between all the elements of the kit so that you can hear the width of the spaced pair overhead miking technique. Well, there you go. There are multiple ways to set up your drum overhead microphones. I love the space pair method. I would try it out this week in your church and see if putting the snare drum exactly the same distance from the microphones doesn't help you. One thing also just to point out with this is that it does look a little bit funny because the overhead that's to the hi-hat side and the overhead to the ride side, it looks like, well, this one's really set in far on the kit and this one's kind of almost outside. But you need to think of it like these microphones aren't laser beams. They're pointing straight down, but think of it like it's picking up in kind of a conical shape. And also, you also have to think of sound waves as traveling from the source, kind of like throwing a rock into water and the rings radiate out over time. Sound does the exact same thing. And so the microphones being like this and being the same distance from the snare is really the focus of this technique. You don't really have to worry so much about where it's at in relation to the rest of the kit. I promise it's gonna pick it up. You're gonna like this method. Try it out this week in your church. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll see you next week.